Isobel Kuhn, Week 3. Does anyone remember something about the missionary we've been talking about? Her name was Isobel Kuhn, and Isobel had grown up with parents who believed in Jesus. But when she went to college, Isobel realized she didn't believe in Jesus as her savior. As she continued through college, she was more and more unhappy. Finally, the day came when Isobel prayed, "God, if you even exist, if you give me peace, I will give you my whole life. I'll do anything you ask me to do, go where you send me, obey you all my days." When she went to sleep that night, God gave her a peace she had never felt before. That night, she started to believe that God was real, but she wanted to know more about him. Well, she thought, I know Jesus was a real person, so I'll read about him in the Bible. She underlined everything Jesus said. Isobel was determined to find God for herself. Since Jesus had prayed, she prayed too, and God answered her prayers. As she read the Bible, she learned more and more about Jesus. She knew it must be true, and she trusted Jesus as her Savior. At a summer Bible conference a few years later, Isobel met Mr. J.O. Fraser, a missionary who had come from one of the farthest corners of China to tell about his work with the Lisu people. He described how the Lisu lived in little bamboo shacks perched on the sides of towering mountains. He explained how these people knew nothing about the one true God before he had gone there, how they lived in fear of demons, and how the power of Jesus could change their lives. Mr. Fraser told how he had finally learned to speak Lisu and had figured out a way to write their language. Now, after years and years of work, a few of the Lisu were beginning to trust Jesus as their Savior. As he spoke, Isobel was filled with a longing to work with the Lisu. When Isobel told her mother about her desire to work with the Lisu people, she was amazed to find out her mother didn't understand. Her mother even thought it would be a disgrace to have a missionary daughter. "No," her mother cried, "I will never give my consent." Isobel had to make a choice. Should she go to China or stay home? She believed God wanted her to go, but she knew it would be really hard. Did she really want to move so far away and work so hard? Isobel prayed, "Lord, show me what path I should take." Whenever she looked up at the beautiful mountains that surrounded Vancouver, she would think about the Lisu people in their tiny mountain homes. "I can't forget how much they need Jesus," she decided. "I will go." To be a missionary, Isobel first had to go to Bible school. To her surprise, her mother allowed her to go, even though she still didn't want Isobel to go to China. So Isobel went off to Bible school in Chicago, praying that God would change the way her mother felt about her becoming a missionary. Finally, her mother agreed that Isobel had made the right choice. Isobel had a lot of hard work ahead of her. Would she ever make it to China and the Lisu people? Come back next time to hear the next part of our story.